All right, welcome in to season one, episode five of the Stripe Sox podcast. As always, I'm your host, Justin Levy.
And I'm your other co-host, Jonathan Melville.
And before we get underway with our beautiful impressed and unimpressed, our usual, I'm gonna have to read a prepared statement I have. This is in lieu of my impressed, unimpressed. I know everyone's so disappointed about it. So, in my 22, almost 23 years of living, I have been around the game of baseball. It is everything that I have enjoyed about sports, and it's always been my passion to work in this industry. I have played the sport for 15 years, and those were incredible. And I've been on both championship teams and I've been on bad teams, but they were always a fun season. It is with a hurting heart that for the first time, baseball is becoming not fun. The joy has been stripped away by the Chicago White Sox. Every game is a mockery towards the sport I love. There is non existent pitching, hitting, and defense, the simplest three aspects of the game. I have witnessed some bad teams, but there was always still optimism, and it was fun to watch. I am as diehard as they come. I've celebrated the highs, seen way too many lows, but I've always stayed loyal. I have taken crap from my friends who cheer for the North Side, girlfriends who cheer for other teams, but I always stood by the South Side. This team makes me question my own loyalty. There is no hope for this team to improve. 15 wins is the maximum I think that they will get. It starts from the top down, and the underlying truth is that they are a team that does not care about its fans and would rather take and worship the dollar over a smile. This team, in the words of Deion Sanders, is hot garbage. It is too painful to constantly witness such clownery and foolishness of the game that I have cherished for years. It is time for me to move on. Baseball is my passion, love and joy, and to rekindle my love and hope for the game, I am entering my name in the MLB fan transfer portal.
But wouldn't it be free agency right now?
Nope, transfer portal. That is
Okay.
your name. We're in college. It's not
Yeah,
professional.
I guess. Yeah, that is true. That is true. So, yeah. So, are you looking for fans in the comments and on our socials to give you their best pitches for why you should join their team?
Yes. Currently, the crystal ball predicts it could either be Baltimore, Toronto, Seattle.
Toronto.
Yeah, those are the three crystal ball teams. Unless there's potentially one I'm missing, but those have been the three ones that have been deemed plausible. Oh, I
And
forgot.
already had,
San Diego Padres. I know the hat is. I know I have the hat, but it's misleading. It's not a choice. It's not the choice. It is just that is one of the crystal ball teams.
okay. Seems like you have a little bit of preference to them wearing the hat tonight.
Well,
We also established last week that it will not be the A's, anybody in the AL Central, or the New York Yankees, correct?
that is correct. And I will
Okay.
touch on the point with the Padres. This hat was a graduation gift from my sister. So I am indeed wearing it as a graduation gift, not as a leaning towards that. It was I am going to be a fan of.
Okay. Okay.
Comment below your best pitches, and whoever wins it, I will put my name into that hat and somehow buy either a jersey or a shirt of that team.
Wow. If you already have a jersey or a hat of them, are you going to purchase a new one?
No,
Okay, I was going to say, because like if a Mets fan, because I know that you were wearing a Mets jersey in one of the prior recordings, if a Mets fan then convinces you, you wouldn't have to.
exactly. That Phillies, Braves, Blue Jays.
I would probably try to
Ac-
pull towards the
Actually,
Phillies.
wait. I also have Diamondbacks, Padre stuff. I have to like think back to all my jerseys that I have. Not necessarily like MLB ones, but like ones that I wore when I played.
Oh, right. Right,
I have to
right.
think of like those. I think that's it.
Well, the teams that I would pitch for you besides the Tigers would be the Phillies or the Diamondbacks, which are the teams that I tend to watch due to MLB having the Tigers blacked out on the MLB TV and me not having Bally Sports. So I am if you guys see me wearing Diamondbacks or Phillies stuff, that's a big reason. I love a lot of the players on both teams, and both teams are fun to watch. Um, so yeah, they are definitely different ends of the baseball spectrum on like strategy, but with the one being a very power hitting, low defense team, and the other being high speed defense contact, which personally is my favorite, but I love both teams. I love all the players on both teams. So yeah, those would be the ones that I would try to pull you towards. So it's good to hear that those would be teams that you like, or the Orioles. So yeah. All right. Do you have any other things that you're unimpressed with, or is that your only big unimpressed is your statement?
Well, it was a prepared statement, but I will actually go on the flip side and go with an impressed,
Okay.
which being in New York, I have been very impressed with the New York Mets recently. They have won 6 out of 7 of their last games and 5 straight series, including this past weekend, taking 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers in LA, which is obviously not particularly easy to do. So they are definitely an impressed team. They are playing really, really good baseball.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. That is one of my impressed as well. Um, for exact same reasons as you, they are the hottest team in baseball right now. So other impressed, I have Zach Wheeler, who had a no-hitter through 7 innings. Yes, it was against the White Sox, but it's still impressive to do that. So he pitched 7 1/3 innings, 1 hit. You
I
know,
can't believe you're not mentioning Spencer Turnbull.
I gotta lay off some of the former Tigers guys here and there.
He had 6 no-hit innings against the White Sox, though,
Yeah, but he didn't have 7.
but it was a former Tiger.
I know, but as I said, I need to lay off some of these guys a bit more. But just because you're pitching against a bad team doesn't mean it counts any less. Who is it? German Marquez, I
Ramon
think.
Marquez against the A's, perfect
I was
game.
gonna say against the A's last year, perfect game. It
Which
doesn't
is
count any less, even though they were a bad team.
which is kind of funny you mentioned that because April 21st, 3 total no-hitters have been thrown. You had Philip Humber throw a perfect game against the Mariners,
Yep,
had Jake Arrieta throw a no-hitter,
yep.
and then there was a recent one, more recent than Arrieta's.
Was it Turnbull against the Mariners?
Don't believe so.
Honestly, I was gonna say because it was fairly early in the season. I remember.
There was one more thrown. I just saw the stat. It's slipping my mind right now.
We can toss in who it is later. Other guys who impressed for me, pitchers, Luis Castillo and Logan Webb both had um 6 and 7 innings respectively of 1 or 2 hit ball and no earned runs. So whenever you put together a good start like that, you're going to get recognized. And possibly a surprise here, Javi Baez.
Wait, what?
Yeah. Has he been absolutely insane? No.
Sure.
But I'm gonna pull up what he's done last few or since we recorded last. He is 6 for 22 with 3 doubles. Um, he has stolen 2 or 3 bases, 2 bases here. He's actually playing somewhat decent right now, and he's had a lot of good defensive plays. And if you look in that same time, I think 5 of his 6 hits during that time have been over 107.5 or 108 miles per hour off the bat,
He's been barreling it.
making really good contact all of a sudden. Um, so yeah, as I said, it's a bit of a surprise, but he is actually playing quite well right now. I'm not going to say that he's playing out of his mind, but he is playing solid, and hopefully this continues for him.
Not to
Uh,
interrupt, I found the third one though.
okay, who is it?
Sean Manaea in 2018
Okay, so
against the Red Sox.
not as soon as I thought it was. I thought it was like more recent than that. But okay.
Yeah, I didn't want to interrupt your flow, but I found the stat.
Oh, you're all good. So also I do want to mention last week I said that I was unjinxing Bryce Harper from his cold streak, and since then he has gone 8 for 21.
Let's see, you should have chosen Alec Bohm.
Well,
which he's
I
on, which
I, I unjinxed him.
did, and now he's on the paternity list. You
Yeah.
jinxed him a different way.
He got out of his slump though, and like somewhat stayed out of it. So I'm gonna take that as a win.
There we go. Take it as a, I
I'll
see it
take
as
it.
an absolute win.
Yep. I'm taking more wins today than the White Sox. So
They already lost. So, I mean, granted, I could say that any day they already lost because they did. They have.
yep.
So it's always
Have
fun.
any other impressed?
No, on my end.
Okay. Well, do you have any more unimpressed then?
Um, just that the White Sox have been shut out 8 times already this season. And it's just, I know I say it's a lot. It's a three-syllable, actually, it is a three-syllable word. Pathetic.
Oh, I thought you were going to say disheartening.
That's not 3 syllables.
Disheartening.
Disheartening. That's
I
four.
get there. Depends on how you say it, yeah. Okay, well, I'll go to my unimpressed. Pittsburgh Pirates, you have lost 6 in a row as of this recording.
Darn,
What
losing
happened?
to
You
Justin
guys started
Robinson.
off so hot and now you're playing kind of like how we expected. Um, which is kind of what I expected, similar to what I'm expecting will happen with the Royals coming up. Is you just regress back towards the mean here. Teams get hot at certain times, they get cold at others, but typically your better teams will end up doing better. And that's what I think you're starting to see is that your better teams are starting to play better now. Your worst teams are starting to play a bit worse. So it's starting to even itself out a little bit. Cole Reagans
It's a perfect segue right there from talking about the Royals.
from right to the Royals again. One 1 and 2/3 innings, 7 earned runs on 9 hits. That's not great. You don't have to be a big baseball fan to know that giving up 7 runs in not even 2 innings is not good. So
That one
not
kind of
good.
hurt his hot start.
Hmm.
That hurt his hot start.
Yeah, it did for sure. So I'm not gonna kick him while he's down, so I'm not gonna dwell on it too much. But the last one happened earlier today, and it was Hunter Wendelstadt throwing out Aaron Boone for a fan yelling at him. Now, I could totally understand how he thought it was Boone, but
Boone is known to yell. He is known to yell at umpires.
he is, which is why I understand it. But at the same time, for him to double down after the game and be like, I've never thrown out a player or manager for something a fan said. I'm not sure if he didn't see the video or what, or if he's just too stubborn. And he's a good ump normally. So like this is not super common place for him. It's not like Angel Hernandez. But yeah, it is kind of like it is unimpressive that that's what happened today. Um so that will be my final unimpressed.
Okay, we could definitely go into another episode of top five Aaron Boone ejections. There's been so many to
That
talk
could be
about.
a segment coming up in a future episode. Comment
Boone
down below
preview,
if you guys want to hear a compilation of those from us or a segment on that.
because yeah, my preview is absolutely what number one would be. Just Laz Diaz.
I would almost argue drawing the line in the
Oh, in the batter's box.
yes.
That was a great one too.
There are so many good ones from him. But that's somebody that you want, that you want somebody who's gonna go out there and fight for his guys, you know?
We can
Like
even go into like a segment in general, not even just Boone, just managers in general. Best
uh,
ejections.
Jim Leland, Ron Gardenhire. Um,
Lou Piniella stealing a base.
yup. There are so many classics.
Tony La Russa, Dusty Baker yelling at each other with some beautiful expletives from the
Oh,
dugout.
didn't Tony La Russa get the Philly Fanatic kicked out?
I think
Or
some
no, it wasn't
no, it was
it was
Leland.
Fanatic. It was Yuppie.
Yes, he did. He did get the
Yeah. For
expletive.
sleeping on top of the dugout.
Oh,
So,
oh man,
okay.
love a
Well,
good
from
one.
random stories of managers getting ejection to random poll, Justin, would you like to spin the wheel?
I have the wheel. It's ready to go. Look at it. It's beautiful. No
Okay.
fanfare music though. So sad. It should get fanfare music. Here we
You
go.
click. Okay, there you go.
See, but there's no fanfare music with the lead up. It's just it goes right into it. We don't have an outfielder.
We don't have an outfielder this time, even though I do love my outfielders. Okay, pitcher. Okay, so as defending champ, I get to go second.
Oh, you suck. All right, I'm gonna go an old pull, very, very old pull. Three finger Mordecai Brown.
I don't think I'm beating that. So I'm gonna punt this one. I can think of a few really good ones, but I think I'm gonna punt this one. Because I don't want to use up too many of my good players on this.
That's called a dub on my end.
Yeah, I'm just gonna concede on this one. Um, so
That lasted a whole 2 seconds.
yeah, so I'm going to go Phil Koch.
All right, there you go.
We were talking about him before this. Like, yes, random, but I'm not beating Mordecai.
Nope, I came prepared. Didn't even know who was gonna be, but I researched and
Oh,
really
I
found
also came
who could
prepared. I'm
be.
just not beating that is the problem.
Sometimes you gotta have that one or two players back of the mind that'll just work, and you know that they'll work.
Yeah, I had random guys, but it's not going to be more random than that. So,
The perk of going first.
yeah, I was gonna say it can be good, it can be bad. So I am kind of glad that I went second though, so I didn't burn one of my really good guys on you using that as your follow-up though.
You thought that was a really good one? Oh, I got better. Just
Um,
you wait. Just you wait till we start naming bullpen guys.
okay. Well, you could toss your point up on the board then.
Oh wait, I gotta do it right. It's one, two, three.
I still have more than the White Sox have in 8 of their games this year.
You know what? Pull new poll of the day. Will I or the White Sox have more wins?
I think you will. I think you'll end up with more.
Comment below on who you think will win between me and the White Sox. If the answer is not the White Sox, if the answer is the White Sox, I don't know what baseball you've been watching.
They're going to get hot at some point.
You sound like Pedro Grifol. They'll turn a corner eventually. It'll turn.
Don't turn a corner in about 2 years.
Yeah. When you're long gone, fired.
From that to a more somber note, last week, Whitey Herzog passed away, former Cardinals manager and former player in MLB. He was integral in bringing Ozzie Smith to the Cardinals and to a lot of their success during the 80s. I wasn't alive for him, so I don't have a ton more to say about him.
Yeah.
Do you?
Was manager for a bunch of very successful Cardinals teams. As you said, brought in Ozzie Smith. I mean, you're the guy that brings in the wizard.
Mhm.
Like you're doing something right.
Yeah,
Or you did something right.
he did something right. You're correct.
We had a fan question actually on our last episode. Very exciting. We love the fan engagement.
Yep.
Uh from
If you have any questions for us, make sure to comment them below and we will answer them. Um, yeah. So
uh
what
from our fan Rachel, she asked, what is our favorite on-field fan game slash activity?
okay. So for me, it is actually a game that I made when I was working for the Muskegon Clippers 2 years ago. It is called Beat the Clipper. It was based on the Beat the Freeze game that Atlanta does. Only what we did was we had one of the players actually race against a fan. So we had one of our pitchers, Daniel Gutierrez, I think he's like 6'6" or 6'8", something like that. He's a
Wow.
tall guy. He's a pitcher, and we would have him race against them. So originally I was going to run it, and then the players wanted to, and Danny wanted to. So we ended up having him do it, and it was a massive success. It was the most popular game that we had there. It was so much fun running, me getting to start them, everything. It was a lot of fun. And it was such a success that even after I left, they brought it back and kept on doing it. And they've even marketed him as the fastest clipper. And when they brought him back for another year, it was like, can anybody beat him this year? So that was really fun. And fun to see that they're continuing to do that.
That does sound fun. Especially in the player interaction there.
Mhm.
That's the better part.
Yeah, you'll only get that collegiate wood bat league.
Oh,
Really.
100%.
Like you're not getting that at a minor league or MLB. Clearly not MLB,
Yeah.
but minor league, only collegiate. So that was just a lot of fun. So other than that, I would have to say Dizzy Bat, which I think a lot of people would. But yeah.
I got two, and they're kind of related with each other. One of them is the classic hot dog cannon.
Hmm.
Who doesn't love getting hot dog shot at them by a hot dog specific cannon? It's so fun.
Yeah.
Or just
Is
people
Dollar
chucking.
Dog Night is it Dollar Dog Night at Philadelphia?
I don't know if it was Philly. I know the Mets are doing one soon.
Okay. I
And
think
then,
Philadelphia said they're getting rid of theirs.
it's so sad.
It is.
And then my other one, which is also related, is it's it's pretty much tale as old as time. The the sausage race in Milwaukee. It is so classic. It's
Yes.
so funny. But you see all the other teams trying to emulate it their own way. You have the Nationals with the President's race.
Race.
You have Cleveland with the pierogi. Not the no, that was not pierogi. That was the ketchup mustard race.
Dude,
You
a
have
pierogi race would be so much fun
they have
though.
that in Pittsburgh.
They do?
Yes,
I
at
didn't know
Alex,
that.
they had a pierogi race.
Oh, that would be fun. Okay. I was unaware of that. I've not been to a game at Pittsburgh. So, okay, that's cool.
So all of them been like trying to emulate a certain way of that. The classic is the sausage race from Milwaukee. With also shout out to the dude to the one that almost took out Byron Buxton. That would have been a travesty, but it was so funny.
Yeah, no. And oh, there's a player that hit one of the guys with the bat too and hurt him.
That one I do not
No,
remember.
it was a girl inside and he hurt her. I
Oh,
forget who it was. Yeah, this was like a while back, like 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago, something like that. Maybe it was 15. But yeah. Besides that, all fun.
oh,
Um,
100%.
MLB players do not hit any of the mascots. They are people.
There are
They are
people,
people. They are people. I don't think we have any little kids watching us, so they are people. Don't hurt them.
even if they're not, or yeah. So
Even
speaking
if
of
they are, why are you doing that?
that is
It's a
also
cute
not be hurting the
mascot,
mascot. What did the mascot do to you?
right?
So that's
If you're
completely
telling Chris, they were bugging you above the dugout, but or making fun of you on the field, but
we're the fanatic riding around his ATV.
yep,
That offended people. I think it was Leland that
yeah.
it offended. Or no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't Leland. It was Lasorda.
I was
That
gonna say it
he-
was Lasorda.
Oh, that was a great time. So speaking of all those great times, we're gonna do our question of this week is gonna be a part two to last week. Don't mind
Okay.
the voice crack. That which is instead of it being what's your go-to walk-up song, what would be your joke walk-up song or one that you think would be absolutely ridiculous to have as your walk-up song? And I can tell you're
So like
already
a baby
about this one.
shark type thing,
Well, yes and no.
which baby shark is a fun walk-up song.
Yes.
I will say,
You look so
but something
enthused
like
with it.
that where it's more so jokey.
Yes.
Basically, what's your meme walk-up
Yes.
song?
Yes.
Okay. So for me, the first one that comes to mind is one that I did on MLB The Show as a joke one
Mhm.
time, which is The Baddest by Froggy Fresh. Do you know that song?
I do not. Please enlighten me.
He says, I am the baddest of them all. If you ain't about money, then I don't mess with y'all. Y'all think I don't get girls because I ain't very tall. If you see my stacks, I bet you that you fall.
Oh my God. Good God.
You
Pause
got to
though.
look this up after
May
after this.
have to.
It is a great song. Um, yeah. So the baddest by Froggy Fresh would definitely be.
That is an interesting one.
Yeah. I could beat you up if you had 1,000 knives. Even if you had infinity knives, I would punch you up into the air like a kite.
What is this lyric?
I bet you sleep with a nightlight because you're scared of the dark because you stink like a fart.
Oh my God.
It
Good
is
lords.
a great song. A great song.
Good God. Man, we are in two opposite directions.
You said, what would your joke song
It
be?
is, I know, and my joke song is not anywhere near that. Mine is the beautiful soliloquy of Celine Dion.
My
My
heart.
heart will go on. You
I
know,
love
you're here. There's nothing I fear when I know that my heart will go on.
honestly, that would be a killer walk-in music for a closer.
Oh my. See, you had to like remix that though.
The trap remix of My Heart Will
Best
Go.
news though, I could not hit those high notes. I was that close to those high notes.
You know, another really good one, for a joke one would be actually this wouldn't even totally be a joke. It could be a fun one. Would be Runaway by the Sunstroke Project.
That's what I do know.
Yeah. I was gonna say some people might know it by that, some people might know it by Epic Sax Guy. Um, but that would also be a really fun one.
There you go.
Um, yeah. What other ones on the spot can I think of?
Which would be just, I'm trying to think of just like what would be so odd.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to think of is just really odd songs. Um,
Fancy. This is,
yeah.
you know, it's hard. Now I have to like go on Spotify and actually see like some odd songs.
By oh, who is it? Who sings it? You know what song I'm talking about?
No.
Is it Iggy Azalea that sings Fancy?
Oh, well, oh, I didn't hear you say fancy. Yeah.
I used to randomly was like Fancy would be just randomly funny. You know, especially if you it would make sense like if you were like a flashy guy, you
Hmm.
know. That would be but it would be really funny and unexpected.
Oh, I can
Um
do another one that's kind of like a meme. If you got like classical music in there, but like
oh, I know
old,
some guys who actually did walk out to classical music like in the big leagues. I've heard it.
like the Ride of the Valkyrie one.
Yeah, I've heard that. I've heard Beethoven or Bach with somebody like at an MLB game too. This isn't like a minor league game. I've heard MLB games with classical music, and I was quite surprised. Um, yeah.
Oh, I thought of a better second part to this. Rather than what's to be a meme song, what would be something a ballpark could do within a song to incorporate a song that would be elite? Like the example
I
I'm thinking.
I got one more funny one real quick.
Okay, start with the funny one.
Should we move Bitch by Ludacris?
Good God.
The problem is you have to do a clean one at the ballpark,
Yeah, you'd have to do a clean with the ballpark.
but, but it would be a really, really random and funny song for someone to walk out to.
You're right about that. Like the example I was thinking for like
Yeah.
the elite combo one, you do for those about to rock, AC/DC, you know, they have the cannon fire, and player walks up. It could be the Pirates, it could be any team.
I was gonna say it could be the Pirates.
For those about to rock fire, and then you launch fireworks into the sky.
Mhm.
for a walk up. Like that would be an elite combo right there.
That would be really.
I think with the Pirates too, it would make so much sense.
I have the Tiger with Detroit.
Yep.
Um, what are some other ones?
Shoot. I mean, Empire State of Mind at either New York Yankees or Mets.
Yeah, I feel like that's definitely a New York Yankees type thing.
Rocky theme in Philly
I
or
was thinking
Carolina.
Rocky theme in Philly. Um, I was trying to think if there was a better one than just saying that because like that's kind of the low hanging fruit,
I
but
say,
that might be the best one honestly for them.
like I said last week, you could do like Bury Me in Georgia, Kane Brown for the Braves.
Yeah.
Um, I would say Sweet Home Chicago, but like they play those at the ballpark as it is.
Mhm.
But those are for wins, not necessarily walk up songs.
If there was a team in one of the Carolinas, you could do Sweet Caroline.
I was gonna say Heads Carolina, Tails California, or she had me at Heads Carolina.
Yeah.
Those would be good ones. So now we're just naming songs that match states at this point. All right,
I'm trying to think of something for any of the teams out in Cali.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. I don't just want to list off like Californication though. Um,
There's one I missing.
what are-
California Dreaming, California 11. Let's say, but then you could also do with the Bay Area too.
yeah.
Um, oh my God, there has to be something with Seattle with the
I'm trying to think of Seattle too.
like. There's got to be something. Blanking right now.
This is going to be such a niche thing, but Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner
Ooh,
by
okay.
Iron Maiden. It would be so niche though, but it
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah,
It's also an insanely long song.
I say
So,
the Red Sox could be shipping up to Boston.
yup, that would be good by the Dropkick Martins.
Dropkick
Um,
Murphys.
or Dropkick Murphys, but
Get the more Irish name.
yeah. Um,
Oh,
who
Royal for the Royals.
Yeah, Royals by Lord, which
Hmm.
actually, fun fact about that song, it was inspired by seeing a picture of George Brett. She
Okay.
wrote it totally off of one picture of George Brett and
Was it
just made
to
up a
was
story
it when
about
he's
it.
throwing a fit for the Pine Tar thing after he had a home run?
No, it was just it was a picture of him either with his bat or like in one of his cars or something. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was just one picture of him and she made like this whole story around him. Um
Interesting.
yeah, of everything. So
I was gonna say another one for Atlanta could be Midnight Train to Georgia.
yeah, that would be a good one. I feel like there's a really good one for Colorado, but I cannot think of it. Like,
Oh, what's it called? Oh my God, there's one by John Denver. Something about the Rocky Mountains.
yeah, that's Country Roads, but that's West Virginia.
No, there's different. John Denver has more than one song.
Well, no, I most people though would be thinking of that song, so that's why I thought you were thinking that.
No, it's like Rocky Mountain something. Also, his name is John Denver, so literally any John Denver song.
That is true.
We're okay. Let's get one more. Let's get
Snake bitten for
Diamondbacks.
the Diamondbacks. I forget who it's by, but you could do that. Honestly, though, best one, or at least in my opinion, would be "Batter Up" for St. Louis Cardinals by Nelly,
Yeah, there you go.
as he's from St. Louis.
Perfect.
So
Perfect note
I
to
just
end
think
on.
that's the perfect one for them.
Perfect. We'll think of more at some point. Maybe come back to it next week. But
Yep.
that's been today's episode of the Striped Sox podcast. This has been your now up for transfer portal host, Justin Levy.
And you're still with the Tigers host, Jonathan Melma. Have a great week, and we'll see you here next time.